Carty Method podcast.
You guys don't know how happy I am to be here with you. Like, I don't know if you understand, excuse me, how happy I am to be here with you. Welcome to the Carty Method podcast. I'm Steve Carty. Brain cancer, brain surgery survivor. Crazy. But I'm here and thrilled to be a part of this with you. It is Thursday. Thursdays we do photo reviews, and photo reviews are amazing. This is Portfolio Lab that you're watching. Portfolio Lab is how I help you get to the level where you're making work that is valuable enough to get paid to help you inch towards actually becoming a pro photographer. Portfolio Lab is the bridge. I look at your photos. I give you insight as to what you need to do in order to make that photography relevant commercially, in order to make that photography viable commercially. And it's a building process. The Portfolio Lab is a building process and is by far the smartest way for you to level up your photography to a point where you're getting attention on social media, you're getting attention everywhere. And people are like, oh my God, I want this person to do my stuff. Portfolio Lab is how we get you there. So every week, I look at your photos and I give you briefs. Today is no different. I'm going to tell you today's brief. Today's brief for week 41 is I wanted a tech cover, like a tech magazine cover. And again, understanding how to shoot editorially, understanding how to shoot for magazines is so important. So I asked you for week 41 to create a bold, minimal, and visually engaging and resonant image that has a tech aesthetic and would work on a cover. Your photo should stand out like instantly and become clean representation of this tech. It should have smart color, and it should be unmistakably and undeniably like a technical image, but also from you. So we have, I think, 12 photos to look at, starting with the mighty and powerful Courtney Turner. Courtney, let's get it on. Thanks for submitting. Courtney Turner with the first photo today. And again, Courtney, I got to tell you, I'm so happy to be back, and I'm so happy that you're here back with us submitting. Your work has been on an upward trajectory as long as you've been submitting, and this image for me is no different. It uses space incredibly well. Let's look at what it looks like as a cover. As a cover, Courtney, yes. Technically, yes, look at this Corvette. It's a wicked Corvette. It's shot really well. The light is great. And you see the tech aspect of what you're doing in this photo. Let's move this cover and look at what it looks like as an 8x10. As an 8x10, Courtney, what I would do is I would push this a little lower in the frame. So you can see I'm moving up. Like, for me, that's what this looks like now on your Instagram account, which is brilliant. It's super minimal. It works with text. Courtney, I could just sit here and like tap you on the back all day for killing this, but bro, you killed it. This is unequivocally an 11 out of 10, bro. This is the bar. And FYI, Courtney didn't start here. He didn't just walk in hitting 11s like this. He worked with me, and we developed Courtney to the point where he's actually making work at this level. Courtney Turner, yes, sir. Yes, my guy. Yes. You killed it. Proud of you. That is Courtney Turner. And again, there's nothing to say about that image. There's no review to do. That is what the level needs to be. Courtney, excellently done. That is photographer number one, Courtney Turner. And again, shot with a Nikon Z7 with a 55 to 200 millimeter shot at 70, and your ISO 200 f5 at 1/800th of a second shot natural light. I didn't give you your but this is your attempt at the technical magazine cover featuring the Corvette's 7Z Z06. Yeah, Courtney, I'm sorry I didn't read your technical stuff before, but yeah, you nailed it. Well done. Again, reminder, that's an 11. Reminder, Courtney, your bar is high. Let's keep it there. Well done. All right, let's remember to read the technical information. Okay, Courtney, well done. That was Courtney Turner. Next photographer is William Sedgwick. William says, boy using a VR headset and gearing like a tech image. So, hey, welcome back, Carty. Shot with the A7C, 70 millimeter, 75 millimeter. ISO 100, f8 at 1/25th of a second with one strobe. This is William Sedgwick with William Sedgwick's technical image. William, let's get it on. William, if there was a time to use your son for a photo, this was definitely it. If there was a time to use your son for a photo, this was definitely it. This hits for me. Sedgwick. It hits for me as a cover because, again, that is the brief. We are doing a technical cover. And it hits for me with the technical because you're actually showing the hand pads, which you need, him looking really into the monitor. He's not trying to play to camera. This is unequivocally, technically, I mean, I don't want to stroke you so much and say it's technically perfect, but this hits hard. Let's look at it as an 8x10, and you can see you also compose this in a way that it will work for Instagram. You can see it crops down. I like the blue choice of background, and the way that you used the blue background actually works really well because it actually parrots off this. It parrots off what's happening here in the shirt. So this blue just works. You can see there's room for copy to go. There's a great spot for cover. I mean, this, again, Courtney, yes. And it seemed like, I'm hoping that you guys are missing these photo reviews because I definitely was, but the level of work that you're putting into hitting this is really, really, really great. Courtney, you leveled up. I'm sorry, Sedgwick, you leveled up on this one, bro. You really did. And the reviews do help, and the community helps. And just some words here from Cedric. And he said he got a lot of help from my community. I've put together a really amazing system here, a real amazing, like, not just me, but my support system, my team, the other people in Portfolio Lab, like, everybody helps each other, and it's really artful. Really artful. William Sedgwick, that is an 11, if I haven't told you twice already. Congratulations, my guy. I'm very proud of you. Very, 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 very well done. Okay, so did you guys get better while I was gone? Did you guys get better while I was gone? Like, am I missing something? Did you get better while I was gone? Were you studying? Like, let me turn my heart rate on so you guys actually see it. Sorry, I can hear someone's trying to show my heart rate. You guys got better while I was gone. I feel like you got better somehow, which is great. If you show my, 1 second, it's just starting. If you show my heart rate now, it'll show. And thank you for the love. I appreciate it. By the way, if you become a member like these fine people, you can control my stream just like these guys are. Hey, if you've been watching my content and learning from it, thank you. But watching free videos can only take you so far. If you really want to level up, you have to go deeper. That's why I created the Carty Method YouTube memberships, to give you exclusive access to tools and support you're not going to find anywhere else. When you hit that join button, this is what you get. First of all, you help me keep all my live shows ad-free. No distractions, just straight value every single week. Second, you unlock members-only posts, which I share behind-the-scenes updates, sneak peeks of what I'm working on, and it's only for members. And you'll also stand out in my chat with a crown badge next to your name that levels up the longer that you're a member. And you'll get access to custom emotes that you can use in chats and my comments. You're also going to get access to members-only live streams, like that time I brought you inside a real shoot live in the studio. And of course, your questions. Your questions in my comments get priority answers every single time. All of that for only $4.99 a month. But know this, whether you join or not, I appreciate you because you're watching and you're here. But when you're ready to go deeper, hit that join button and I'll see you on the other side. I got to make that a little bit 1 second longer. Hey, and I got a couple of joiners during, like, Mr. Devin joined during that segment. You joined during that spot. Let's go. That's king stuff right there. Thank you. Welcome. And we'll give you a little smoke and a little love because you did that. Thank you. Appreciate you for the commitment. All right. Guys, we are into our next photographer. Her name is Denise Tuggle. Now, Denise Tuggle is a force. Denise is in my accelerator, and Denise, hey, Devin, thank you, man, for your donation. That's super kind. I really appreciate you guys. Devin just put down his hard-earned money. Again, more smoke, more applause for Devin. Devin just put down his hard-earned money and donated to this cause. Devin, thank you. I appreciate you, my guy. Let's get back to Denise. Denise Tuggle, she did one of the best workbooks. And again, there's like my accelerator. It's 6 masterclasses, 6 workbooks that you have to complete in order to unlock yourself. Denise put in so much effort to that first workbook that she became the gold standard, which is incredible. Denise says this: hey, Carty, welcome back. This is the version for the tech series. The text cover. This is my version for the text cover series, shot with a Nikon D850, 24-75 Tamron lens, ISO 100, f5.6 at a 60th of a second. Shot with one main light, is a newer light, and then the secondary, she's using LED lights as the backlights. Guys, this is Denise Tuggle's tech assignment. I'm very excited to see this from you, Denise. Denise Tuggle, everybody. Let's get it on. Denise, again, the level up. There's a framing thing as far as how this is framed. When I show you this as an 8x10, you can see that it's kind of biased towards one side. But when we look at it a cover, you can see, like, I see what you're trying to do here, because basically you've left space. You've biased it one way, so we have place for space. But you can imagine you've biased it so we have place for space. Let me do that here. You have place for text under here. But for me, I feel like it needs to be a little bit more centered, Denise, because when you see what this looks like as an 8x10 and how far over it is. But here's the other thing. Because the way that you shot this and it's so clean on black, like, you can move this over that way, you can move it up that way, you can move, like, there's no limit as far as how you frame this. Like, so you kind of did it right. I mean, you definitely did it right, but I want you to think, when you're thinking editorially, we need this to be dominantly center. Yes, you've biased it left or right because it gives us room for text if that's the case, but just how this hits, you can see it feels like it's pushed that way, right? Which, again, I just want you to now center this so it fits within that centered. And I think that is your unlock, because later you can move this however you want, right? Like, look at the difference. Let me hide this. Let me hide this. Look at the difference when I make this like however I like, size wise, however I want it. And look what happens when I put it there in the center, right? That to me is how I want this image to be. Technically though, Denise, very sharp, good focus, good, like, really well, and the light this is a yes, and for you, a level up, because I know you haven't done anything like this before. Oops, you haven't done anything like this before at this level. Let's get that back to there. You haven't done anything like this, Denise. This is new ground for you. Your black background is perfect. The fact that there's no lines between where your background ends and your photo begins, like, there's no lines, like, it's just clean. These are the levels up that make it so this is commercially viable. You made a mistake as far as where you framed this to send it to me, because I would prefer to have this centered. But other than that very minor mistake, which is so easy to fix, Denise, this is, again, an absolute 11 out of 10. An 11 out of 10. Very, very well done. What I'm going to ask you to do is resubmit this to me centered, put it in community, let my team see it, so I know that we're aligned as far as what you're seeing on the back end. But Denise, that is unequivocally yes, and I'm giving you an 11 out of 10 if you didn't get that already. Well done, Denise. All right, guys, like, I feel like maybe I should have got brain cancer sooner. I think maybe I should have got brain cancer sooner, maybe, so I could be nicer, faster and be more effective for you. I feel like having brain cancer is actually helped me. It's helped me. It's made me a better dude. I can't even explain it. It's made me a better dude. All right, let's move you over here. Let's move you over here. And let's get back to my phone. Let's move that over here. Let's move that over here. All right, who's next? Frank Tom. Let's go, Frank. Frank says, welcome back, Carty. Here's my assignment for the Tech magazine covers. Here's my assignment for the Tech magazine. Here's my submission for the Tech magazine assignment. Thanks as always, man. You're very welcome. Shot with an R5 Canon with a 85mm lens, ISO 200, f5.6 at 200th of a second. Shot with a Profoto and a Westcott. So shot with 2 lights, I believe. This is Frank's Yo, D-Row, thank you for your kind donation. I appreciate you, D-Row. Yo, love for the Carty crew. Let's go, D-Row. Love for the Carty crew. Giving me love. Appreciate you. Thank you. Frank Tom, I'm so excited to see this. Frank Tom, let me finish his tech. I got all his tech. This is his tech cover assignment. And again, Frank is a sports athletic photographer. So this in the tech is kind of taking him a little bit out of his wheelhouse, but so necessary. Let's see what Frank Tom has for us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Tom. Thank you for submitting, Frank. Frank, this is what you did. You used Oakley's. These glasses become your tech, and they're Oakley's. Oh my goodness, Frank. You absolutely did it. You absolutely did this, Frank. This is so good. Let's look at what this looks like as a cover. Well, this is a yes. Clearly, the tones are right. Like the vibes are kind of right. The vibes are very right. There's my heart rate, actually. This is actually my heart rate right now, just so you guys know it. Frank, this is on the button. This is on the button. The mistake I see is background. Like, it has nothing to do with it. It's literally the mistake I see is just so minor. It's just a little cleanup that's happening. It's a little bit cleanup that's happening in here. Cleanup that's like just back here. What's going on with the background? I want you to make sure that you're not going too far. His shirt is great. Like the tech, he's wearing like a tech shirt that actually, the only other thing for me would be like a little Oakley brand here. Like it's maybe an Oakley branded tech shirt. But this Meta Oakley collabo glasses, the way that you shot it, the way that he's looking out, the reflection of the his skin tone, like this is just, again, the photographers who are in ProLab, like they're this good because of the way that we go through this photo review, because of the feedback loop. The reason that you're seeing successful shoot after successful shoot after successful shoot with everybody who has submitted so far, everyone has nailed it. It's because of the support system that I have on the back end, my team, how clear we are on the brief. And again, like, thank you so much. Thanks, Amand. It's the brief and how tight we are in the brief. And you can see every one of these people are hitting portfolio level images that go just straight into their book that end up getting them work because I asked them to make a specific photo, a specific type of photo. They've chosen to step up to do that. And this is the result. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Frank Tom killing it with absolutely an 11. Again, Frank, just background, there's just something in here. Let me just show you a little zoom in. Like, look at the skin tone. Like, are you kidding me? Look at the quality. And again, Frank shoots R5. I shoot R5. It just shows you the bar at like when you're shooting Canon mirrorless at an R5 level, how crazy the files are, how crazy the resolution is. Like this just shows you what I'm talking about. Like R5. If you have the means, I highly recommend copying an R5. It's so choice. My R5 is over there. Yeah, there's mine. Well done. You killed that one, Frank Tom. You really did. And I was really hoping that coming back, I was going to see a Frank Tom image. Well done, Frank. All right. This is Israel Cordona III. This cover is directed to the young reader. It shows creativity and technology. Magenta needs, magenta means energy and new ideas. Shot with the Canon R6 Mark II with a 50mm 1.8 ISO 200 f/4.5 at 1/100th of a second. Shot with 2 lights and with 1 silver fill reflector. This is Israel Cordona III. Israel, let's get it on. Thanks for submitting. Well, this is your type cover. And again, this, Israel, the more you do this, the better that you get. The more that you do this, the better that you get. And I'm going to say it a third time, the more that you do these, the better that you get. Let's look at this as a cover. Okay, as a cover, yes, it hits. There's things that I see, though, that, like I was talking with our girl Denise, the centering. The centering is a factor because you're pre-biasing. So you're also too tight on this side. And again, your mistake, Israel, is so small and so minor. I'm sure you even have a better frame that's framed better, but I want you to think about really being centered. Look at the distance with the iPad here. Look at the distance of the iPad here. Look at how tight her shoulder is. Look how tight her hair is. Look how you're kind of clipping the bottom of the chair here. Like, there's small things that make this photo like a little hard to look at. Color balance wise, the color balance, like her skin tone is reading a little bit yellow. It's reading quite yellow, actually. Let's just look at this. So you see in here, like I want you to look at my skin tone. I want you to look at her. So color balance in here, this is feeling, it's like her skin isn't this color. It looks a little sickly. Like we need to bring out the green because you can see there's green in here. Right? And again, it's so subtle, and there's also yellow and yellow on a level. Now, the hard thing is if you're not using a color checker, then you don't have anything here white, black, or gray to pull and get perfect color balance from because of the gel in the background, and that gel is influenced and kicking in here. You really don't have, and you need perfect white balance on these tools. You need perfect white balance on this Apple Pencil. You need perfect white balance here. You need perfect white balance here. You need perfect, and also you need the background to do the colors. So cropping is the first thing. Like, make sure that you're centering your thing. And then the second thing is your color balance, making sure that you're nailing the color balance. Obviously, let's try to bring a little bit of life back into her face when she's like looking at something, looking at here. You can see her, she doesn't look like, she's like, like looking at, like she should be looking in anticipation, like, oh, wow. Like that kind of a look at the iPad, like eyes big. She's just, you know what I mean? Quite blank. And that's you, meaning you have to cue her into that. It's about you like giving her a mood to look into. The iPad looks amazing. Again, her skin, her hair, the outfit that you picked is great. You've got to watch this because for me, I would love to not see that so much. And then again, this background, look at how this line and all of this gap, and then this line and how narrow that gap is. This background should not have these lines or these gutters at all. It should be just this plane. Imagine the difference if it was just plain rather than having these gutters, which essentially are just catching your highlights and kind of doing weird things. I think that those gutters, this shouldn't be here. This should be just this, which means you shoot it on seamless, you shoot it on something else that's not like a textured wall. For me, that takes me out of it. But other than that, like this is such a close attempt, and you leveled up this week. You definitely leveled up this week. So stay the course. It's still a great shot. One of the best shots that you've done, but Illumina, you can go further. You can actually go further. Just look at this picture and be like, okay, what if these backward, look, what's distracting? What's distracting? Well, this is crooked. So this whole thing is distracting. Look at the gap here. Well, that's distracting. Let's like look down here. Well, that's distracting. Well, look here. Like once you start removing the distractions from your images, you're just leaving we need, what's left. Like we just leave what's left. And that's your essential photo. So very well done. Very well done. Very well done. I'm in such a mood. As you can see, I'm on such a vibe. And I promised you that these photo reviews would be different. I promised you that they'd be better. I promised you that they'd be lighter, easier to absorb, and that I wasn't going to be an asshole. Because I was an asshole. Because I had brain damage. I'm not making excuses. I'm saying I was just a little dickish when it came to reviewing your photos. And with my expectations, with 35 years experience, like I've been shooting literally for 45 years. Like I've been shooting since I was 14. And I went to a photography school from high school that taught me like so much stuff that like people are figuring out now. I learned when I was 12, 13, 14, 15, like on film. Like my experience level goes beyond the average person for photography. So I can't expect you to know what I know about photography. And I was expecting you to know these nuances that I know, and that's not fair. So this brain tumor and brain cancer and having that removed really kind of just unlocked the asshole. It's like, okay, that guy's gone now. I'm just nicer and compassionate. And like, I care a lot. If like I cared a lot before my brain surgery, the level of how much I care now, I hope you feel it. All right. Now, Natalie Zen Bendersky, Shalem. Natalie Bendersky, Shalem. Okay, so decided to try my hand at some product photography this time. Interesting. The product is a digital like it's a hard drive, Western Digital My Passport external photo drive, and her target, is that what it says? Target, her target desires, or her target audience, like feature readers. Again, she's trying to, you're a people shooter, Natalie. So I'm interested to see what this looks like. This is shot with a Sony A7R5 with a 35 millimeter ISO 200th of a second, and at f11, shot with a Godox light. This is Natalie Bendersky. Shalem. Let's go, Natalie. Let's have a look. See, Natalie, you can shoot this shit. You can shoot this. Like, you can shoot this. This is actually a vibe. You can shoot this. But again, it's outside your niche. It's outside your niche. It's outside your niche so much, and it's product photography specifically only. It's like this. Are you switching niches? Are you going to shoot this now? Or are you like, you have to look at what Frank Tom did. You have to look at how people are taking people and technology and smashing them together. Well, now you have something, because the product, by the way, great product shot, great photo. It's iconic. It feels dominating. This line here is bothering me a little bit. The way that this line is crooked, fading out that way. It's tight here and it's a little bit wider there. Like, this needs to be like rock solid. You need to anchor at least one line to a line in your image, that, because then you can see this kind of pushes out. But when you look at this product in real life, it's like this, right? It stands quite straight. So your angles are making this super interesting. But for me, it's like it's missing the human element, because you're such a people shooter. You are a people shooter. So it's a hand coming down and grabbing this and like pulling it out of frame, or it's someone like using it. They're about like they're docking it into it. Like, the people image, the people side of it for me is really missing, because you are, again, a people shooter. Please don't change niches, but figure a way to work technology into your portrait photography, because I think that that's really what's going to make the big difference. This is an 11 though, Natalie. This is an 11. Seriously. Really strong image, like incredibly strong, tonally correct. I love this background color and the contrast against there. This is super dominant. Like, let's look at the focus. Like, your focus is sick. Like, Natalie, this is a crazy image. You can see you're jumping the shark here because your depth of field is 2.4 and you're actually losing. And this would not be acceptable. Oops, don't see that yet. This would not be acceptable with normal product photography. So again, I want you to play with this, and I want you to play with how you make this work into regular, with your people images, how you make this work in with the stuff that you shoot, which is people and lifestyle. Do not, just because I asked you to shoot a tech image, don't jump the shark on niche. You have the ability to shoot a tech image within your niche using technology and people, just like you've seen the other shooters in this today. Don't jump the shark and say, now I'm shooting products alone. Because by the way, this doesn't fit in your portfolio, and you can't put it on your website, and you can't put it on your Instagram, because it confuses your market. It confuses your market, okay? I hope that helps you. That is Natalie. Name is hard because you got 3 names here, Natalie. Like, we're going to have to drop one of your names, maybe, for me. Natalie Bendersky Shalem. Yes. Okay. And again, your brand and how we brand you is also very, 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 very important.
Are you making pictures that you're proud of, but you're still not getting hired? You're not alone. And that's exactly what Portfolio Lab is built to fix. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I go live on YouTube for portfolio review days. You submit your images. I give honest, detailed feedback to help you build a portfolio that books work. Thursdays specifically, we level up. I give you a pro-level assignment to do where I break down real-world briefs. Then, later on in the afternoon, we jump on Zoom for a live mentorship call. We talk business, creativity, gear, strategy. When you join Portfolio Lab, you unlock access to my community. It's global, it's serious, and it's built to help you grow. So remember, weekly Zoom calls, twice live portfolio and assignment reviews per week, real feedback from me, a 35-year pro, and a community of photographers doing the same work that you're trying to do. All you need to do is go to thecartymethod.com/portfolio lab and join today. Let's build your career one image at a time.
All right. And, I'm just looking at that spot, and we've changed the format just a little bit. We don't do 2 photo reviews per week anymore because you can't send me 2 photos to review every week, which is 8 per month, too much. So we've switched it to Tuesday. I don't even live stream on Tuesdays because it gives me a break. It gives my head a break. And it also lets the content that I do put out there, actually penetrate a little bit. So photo reviews are only on Thursday. So if you're signing up for Portfolio Lab, you're not getting 8 photo reviews a month. You're getting 4 because you won't use 8. You will use 4, but you're also getting 4 support workshops, Portfolio Lab workshops that exist inside my community. They're offline. You don't actually get to watch it on YouTube yet. They're offline, and we've actually made it more efficient and made it absolutely better. Maria Wilson, you just decided to become a member, and Maria Wilson, you're gonna get some gold, love here, and get some this, love here, get a little Carty crew, love here. Welcome. Thank you for caring enough about what I'm doing here to become a member. Amazing. I appreciate you. Join Portfolio Lab so I can start seeing your work. All right. So yeah, there's a little bit of a format change. I'm gonna have to re-record that spot. And I like that spot. It was really kind of good. But I gotta re-record it, do the same thing all over again with what the new information is. All right, ISO 2. Let's get on. ISO 2 is your first submission. Shot in my garage studio with one light and a flash paired with blue and red color gels. Shot with a Sony Z VE10 with a Tamron 17-70, ISO 100, f6.5 at 1/160th of a second. Shot with 2 Godox lights. This is ISO 2. Let's get it on. ISO 2. This is a yes for me. Yes. Fuck yes. Excuse my language. Yes. I like off the top. This is an 11. Like right off the top. First thing, there's mistakes. Number 1, you are cropping this picture and not giving me the full image. Okay, this is the goal. You do not give me a picture that is to like what you want to crop it as. You give me the whole frame, exactly what you shot. Watch when I do this overlay. Do you see how my overlay is not working on your photo? Because you've cropped it. You see how my cover doesn't lay out exactly how the cover is supposed to lay out because you've cropped the image. This is the one disconnect. Please don't do that. Let me see your whole image so I can tell you how to crop it. Like the art director tells you the crop. You do not get to determine the crop. The art director is like, okay, give me the frame and I will tell you what the crop is.
Yes, sir,
okay.
yes.
I will tell you whether I need a 3x2 picture. I will tell you whether I need a vertical. I'll tell you whether I need a horizontal. So don't pre-crop because you're taking out this step, ISA 2, okay? But beyond that, my girl, beyond that,
Yes, sir, yes.
holy moly, you crushed this. Like, absolutely. The light, the detail, the headphones, the placement, the hiding of the face, like the color. You hit this incredibly hard, and you're doing this with not really even a pro level camera. Like you're using, like, I want to call it, like, there's pro bodies and then there's like secondary, like smaller bodies that you can attach lenses to. That's what you're using. I need to get you on like a Sony A7 IV, like a Sony A7 V, like one of the more pro bodies that isn't like crop sensor. Like, you're so good. Like, I hope like finances is not like locking you from being able to truly excel. Your camera body is going to, right now, it's not limiting you, but the things that I'm going to be needing your camera body to do, and the porting and all the stuff like that you're going to need to be doing in future, the like little, like you're using like a little mini body, like I'll show you like this. Like you're using one like this, right? Like you have one of these kinds of like these kinds of bodies, right? This is what you're shooting with. You need to be here. You need to be here with this. And again, this is a Canon, this is a Canon crop sensor. It's the R50V, the R50 video version. No, like there's no viewfinder. This is what you're shooting with, where you need this, where you have a viewfinder where you can actually look. Like, this is how pros shoot, where we actually can look in. And if we want to not look in, well, we have the option of our screen, and we can look and shoot this way if we need to. But right now, you can only shoot that way. You don't have this. The difference between this and this for you is monumental. Starting here is understandable, and making this level of work here is good, but this has to be your thought process in your future. You're too good. I'm spitting on you. You're too good to be shooting with that tiny Sony. That's kind of like a video it's like a YouTuber video camera. Like, it's not what you need as a pro girl, you know? But the fact that you did this with this is mind-bending. I can only dream of how good you are going to be once you level up your gear. This little gradient down here, this pink gradient, is everything. This is my whole life right here, this pink gradient. Like, you have a really nice touch, ISO 2. You have a really nice touch. You have a nice touch with photography. Like, you make beautiful photos. I want you to not be limited by your gear. And again, invest in yourself, because it'll kick back to you. It'll kick back to you 1,000 points over. And ISO 2, please consider becoming a member, so you're not the only one that's gray in this. So, like, and you say everyone's red. Member. You know, consider $5 to become a part of this thing, so you get access to all of this other stuff that I do for my members. Okay, this is ISA 2 and an 11, unequivocally. Well done. You guys are making today incredibly difficult for photos of the week. You're making today incredibly difficult for photo of the week. I'm going to say it a third time, okay? You're making today incredibly difficult for photo of the week. How am I going to pick photos of the week today? What's happening here? Like, what is happening? You're making this really hard. Holy moly. Wow, what a review show, man. I'm charged. All right, this is Delilah LeBoy. Delilah says, hey, all. Tech assignment in studio featuring using gels. Show up to Sony A7R5 with a with a 50 millimeter 1.2. You bought some new gear. Good for you, girl. ISO 400. ISO 500. F8 at 1/125th of a second. Shot with 2 alien bee strobes. I haven't heard of alien bees for a minute. You got alien bees? That's some old shit. And then a yellow and a red gel, and also a newer, light with snoot. This is Delilah LaBoy. Delilah, let's get it on. All right, Delilah, you are also unlocking yourself with the light. Like, what I'm seeing here is the light. This patch of light through here is everything. Like, just crazy. This patch of light back here, everything. Crop-wise, what's going on with this kid's elbow? Why are we cutting his elbow off? What's going on with the frame? You see how your frame isn't matching where he is because, like, you need to, like, back up? You know what I mean? Like, you're a little too tight. Like, again, so close, but you can't give me this elbow this close and then give me this elbow cropped off. You know what I mean? So that means his position, you have to position him in such a way where his hands come in. Like, his hands come in so they're not going out of the frame. Or you put him this way, so one goes up and one goes down, so they stay in the frame. Like, the whole idea is you have to frame this so it stays contained within your border. Because an art director is going to look at this and be like, like it's so close. And he's going to look at this and be like, okay, well, this is centered, but you can't figure out how to center these two, girl? And then you look here and you're like, okay, this is almost, but then, like, how straight is he here? Okay, like, you're almost there. And I know for you, this is your best photo. This is like the best thing that you've shot and submitted to me. But I got to tell you, you just need to, like, shoot in a mathematical way, like in a very deliberate, and you work yourself into that perfect frame. Also, here's another one. Instead of his hands, it's like his hands come in. They come in. So they're now projecting to camera. So there's all kinds of different ways that you can fix these hands. But my good points are, you killed this. And the idea, the color, the yellow, the alien bees, which are hilarious. Like, good. Again, you got to watch your focus. You can see you're dealing with a little camera shake here. Like, this is not out of focusness. This is camera shake. Meaning, like, are you on a tripod? Are you on a tripod? I'm going to say a third time. Are you on a tripod? I'm putting money down that you're not on a tripod and you're shooting like this. You're shooting like this, right? You're shooting like this. And every time you go like this and put it down, it's a different frame. And also, I was on a tripod. Delilah says she wasn't a tripod. Okay, so then now, Delilah, if you're on a tripod, well, then now it's about making sure that, like, where your focus is hitting is actually, like, hitting, which means checking as soon as you finish the frame, you're checking right after. You're checking and being like, and then you're zooming in on here to make sure look at this at 1600% and see if that's sharp. Because clients do that. Clients actually do that. They actually come in and look to see how sharp your stuff is. And the reason that you're getting low sharpness is because of how bright your lights are and your f-stop. So now if I now go back to your f-stops, well, I can say that's where you missed, because your f8. Yeah, there's no real excuse there. This is just a miss, Delilah. You just needed to, you just missed the focus. That's all. Because for all your settings, everything's pretty much right. You just missed your focus. So, which just means that's one thing that you practice, is hitting your focus when you're shooting. I'm still giving you an 11 on this, girl. I'm still giving you an 11 because you have monumentally leveled up. You've monumentally leveled up, so you get an 11 here. But again, I'm also just shining some lights on some things that you need to be watching. You need to be watching your focus, which means when you're shooting, when you're in the moment, extra check, and then you're centering when it comes to not cutting arms and all that stuff. That becomes another thing that you're watching to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, very, very well done, guys. That is Delilah LaBoy. Well done. Yo, thank you. So Ammond just re-upped for, hello, go back here. Ammond just re-upped became a member for 20 months. Ammond, 20 months. And listen, Ammond says, thank you for giving me direction and purpose in my life. Ammon, you've always had direction and you've always had purpose in your life. You've always had direction. You've always had purpose. Us finding each other was kismet. And what we're now doing after 20 months together is pretty high art. So proud of you for being a part of this. I'm happy that you're on my team. And you make this easier, Ammond, for me. Like, we talk every day. So Ammond is on my team. We're going to have to give you guys actual roles because, you know, you all do very, very specific things. But Ammon is my infrastructure guy and systems, and he helps with so many different things. All right, guys, that was Delilah LaBoy. Thank you, Delilah. We are down to our last 1, 2, 3, 4 photos. Down to our last 4, guys. How's my time? It's 1:45. We are rocking. 1:45. Let's get it on, baby. Next is Kyle Kiono. Kyle says, Apple Tech hero, people, photographer. And again, Apple Tech hero. My aim was simplistic. Shot with a Sony A7R5 50mm ISO 1000. Little high in the ISO, Kyle. We don't need to ever go to ISO 1000. Okay? We don't need to go there. And you're also shooting at f13. You can drop that 1000 to 500, drop that 13 by literally one stop, equal, okay? At 1/30th of a second, okay? Just worried a little bit about your numbers here. 1000 ISO, f13, and then at a 30th of a second. I'd want that 30th of a second to be up over 100. I'd want that f13 to be down around f8, and I want that ISO 100 to be around ISO 1000 to be around ISO 500. You know what I mean? ISO 600. Okay, let's have a look at Kyle Kiono. Kyle, self-portrait. Okay, Kyle. Okay, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing. I'm thinking commercial viability here. Okay, number one, why you as the subject? Number 2, like, why you? And number 3, why you? Why not someone else here as your subject so you're actually able to be behind the camera and direct and do the act? Like, choosing to use yourself for photos is not the way when we're trying to build a portfolio. It can't be. You can't be in your portfolio. So all of this time, all of the work that you're spending shooting yourself in this photo, it just ends up being like, did Apple's going to hire you to shoot you for a photo? So again, you need to shoot it in such a way that's not kitschy. It's kitschy. Like, you're giggling and you don't even, that, like, you missed the mark. Again, the idea, the light, the tech, like, all of that stuff is there. It can't be you. Needs any other, because guess what? When it's another subject, you now make this photo 1,000 times better, and you're making it for someone else to use in their engine. You can't use this in your own engine. You can't use this in your own engine. And if you are going to self-portrait document, like, this can't be an ad with you, like, but if you use someone else, it could be. So there's so many reasons why you need to not shoot yourself in situations for like this. This is why we find subjects. This is why we go into businesses, is because we need people to shoot. Do you notice my portfolio is not me? It's not photos of me, like, and photos of me, like, it's like, I shoot tons of those photos, but they go on Instagram. They go on social media. They go on my stories. They're not commercially viable, but what they do is they connect me with my audience. They connect me with my audience. I'll say again, they connect me with my audience. This is shot as a tech assignment, but it's you. Your outfit, the styling, the image, everything about this shot, Kyle, works, except you're the subject. That one part means that everything before, you have to throw it out the window, which means you essentially wasted your time and essentially wasted the opportunity to do this assignment properly because you used yourself, because it was easier. For whatever reason, you decided that this was easier than using a subject. So for that reason, Kyle, this is a no. And I need this to lock in because I need you to not do it again, okay? I need you to choose a subject, to find someone. And if you can't find someone, then that means that's your block. You need to learn how to find subjects so you can execute these pictures that work in your portfolio, okay? This was a loss, and please don't do this again, okay, Kyle? Because you're too good, you're too talented, and I need you to excel at the level that everybody else is. Notice that no one else was using themselves. Notice that no one else used themselves for the photos, Kyle. No one else did that. Only you. So notice that trend in my feed. Notice that trend with other people who are in Portfolio Lab. In Secret Time, do what they do because they're doing it right, okay? Notice that because they hear me say, don't photograph yourself because you can't use it. Don't shoot the same subject. Don't shoot the same kid over and over and over and over again, because after a while, you can't have 40 pictures of your one son in your portfolio. It just can't happen, okay? Know that you did kill this idea, though, Kyle. You killed this idea, which means the idea needs to be executed with someone who's not you. So my challenge to you, next week, you have the opportunity to submit an open assignment, remake this tech photo with a different subject, and get your 11 out of 10. Congratulations, Kyle, for submitting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is Kyle Kiono, everybody. Kyle Kiono. Let's get it on.
If you're ready to stop guessing and actually grow your photography business, these are the 3 tools that I wish that I had earlier. They're simple, they're powerful, and they're made for photographers that are ready to get serious. Tool number 1, my cold outreach master pack. 18 proven email templates and a step-by-step guide to help you get new clients fast. If you've ever stared at a blank screen not knowing what to say, this fixes that. Tool number 2, my professional photographer's habit tracker. Good gear doesn't build success. Good habits do. My daily habit tracker keeps you focused, accountable, and moving forward every day. And tool 3, the ultimate photographer's call sheet. Shoots get chaotic fast. This call sheet organizes your client info, your gear checklist, and shot list so you show up confident and prepared. You can grab all 3 right now at thecartymethod.com/tools. They're built from real-world experience, and they're ready to help you grow today.
All right, guys, get into my digital tools because they work. I like making stuff for you. This is Angela Pacino. Angela says this was shot outdoors using natural light and flash from the Tech magazine assignment. Shot with a Fuji X-T4 with a 56 millimeter, ISO 160, f4 at 1/500th of a second, single light setup, pro photo with strip box. This is Angela Pacino. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right, Angela. Let's get it on. Tech assignment. Angela, this is something. And again, there's a couple of framing things. Like she's kind of sitting back in the frame, but I do see what you're doing here with these Ray-Ban Meta glasses, which is great. I'm watching this crop here and how tight she is to the back, but let's look at this as a cover. For me, it like all the elements here work. The light works. Like it's just I think the framing, like she's just a little bit back. Her outfit works. Like this is a yes for me. And also quality wise, let's just crop this. Quality wise, like the way, oops, let's take that away. Like, oops, look at the light. The light is really, really on point. Like the images look good. It looks, I mean, you have to watch like your little crops and like you're retouching. There's a hair that's coming down here. Her skin tone looks good. What her hand is doing makes sense. Where her eyes looking makes sense. It's just, for me, color balance. I want you to see how it feels. Just the overall image feels just a little bit gray. You can see up in here, this is just a little like gray blue. And that then this kind of pushes like a little gray blue, and then you see how my skin kind of, I pop my exposure a little bit, but then here, like it's kind of flat. It's flat here and it's flat here and it's flat here. Like there's no like highlight area. So for me, like it's really small issues, but the photo is so good still. Like, I don't want to like go too much on that to kind of discourage you, because this actually is really, really, really great. The thing that bothers me most is how tight her hair is to this line, because we're gonna lose that hair, right? And like just how tight that shoulder is. Like, so for me, it's like we're coming around and shooting her a bit more straight on this way, or going this way and shooting her more profile. You know what I mean? But where her hair falls in the back for me is just a little bit extra. I mean, I'm now getting into like black girl stuff, but now we're talking like her fake hair is kind of not great, because you can see how bad her hair is and how I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I see things that I shouldn't see in here, like where her hair is separate from her head, and then the hairline here, you can see that it's not her real hair. For me, I'm not a fan of black girls wearing fake hair. That is just my own personal preference. But because I see the things that I see, and because I'm a photographer and I see this now, if I was shooting this girl, I would be like, okay, we need to do something with adjusting of the head, because it's too far back and it's skewed over that way. Like, so this kind of stuff is like, being a white girl, photographer, this is kind of stuff that's kind of hard to talk to, because you know what I'm saying? But I mean, for me, I just say what I say. But these, like, that to me is what I see with this image. And this, what's happening here with this hairpiece is the thing that for me is kind of throwing this shot and that extra warm color balance. So Angela, this is like, it's really hard you talking to someone like this about like this kind of stuff, but know that we see it. You see it as well. And if you look at this image at 100 and you look up here, like you see that, right? You see how it's like that's just, it's just not right. Like, and then there's good black hair that's fake that you can like good stuff that you would not know in a million years. But then there's also shit that's really bad. And it's so much so that it actually pulls you out of the image. So again, I'm not trying to offend this fine lady. She's beautiful. But when it comes to what we're trying to do with photography and at the level of commercial that we're trying to go, like this kind of stuff for art directors and clients and like ad agencies and stuff like that, like they see that stuff. And in fact, like it becomes an influence as far as who they book, who they actually choose to do this campaign. So it's something that I want you to have locked in. Okay. That is Angela Bacchino. Let's get it on, Angela. Again, I'm giving it an 11 because again, you leveled up here. You leveled up this week, and I don't want to take away your level up. I can't take away your level up because you went here. You went up. It's just each time you level up, it creates new problems. So you're welcome to a new problem. All right. That is Angela Bacchino. Amazing. And again, I hope I didn't offend this beautiful woman just because of her hairpiece. All right. Now we are getting into our last two pictures, which is my cartel, people who are in the cartel. Sean Thomas and Ammond. I have 6 people who are in the cartel who run this business with me. These guys and girls have really stepped up. I only have one lady actually in my cartel. Her name is Liza Haidar. Liza is a killer. She's such a killer. And again, I'm happily have more females in my team. As more females are at that level that they're able to and ready to be from in my team. And Liza, I knew early as I was developing her, I knew that she would be someone who was in my team. Know that it's really hard to be a female photographer. It's really hard to be an alpha and a like sweet and an alpha. Like at the same time, it's really that balance for females is much different and much more difficult than it is for men. Men just do men stuff, you know. Ladies are a little bit more subtle, and it's hard. It's harder for a lady to be a killer when it comes to editorial, when it comes to photography, and Liza is an absolute killer. And the reason she's in my cartel is to influence more of the female photographers in this group who are watching me because she's so killer. All right, so that's Liza, although we're not looking at Liza's work today. We are looking at Sean Thomas is next. Sean says, Um, uh, giving love to you, Carty, and the entire community. A fellow community, or a fellow colleague of mine, commented that he might be able to help me complete this tech cover assignment. A behind the scenes photo for what Sean's an automotive photographer. He shoots with an EOS R, shot at 60 millimeter with a 60 millimeter lens, with a Canon 24 to 70 millimeter, which I gave him. This is my lens. I just use that, Sean, until you don't need to. ISO 1000, f 4.5 or f4 at 1/800th of a second, naturally lit from the skylight in the ceiling. This is Sean Thomas, naturally lit from the skylight in the ceiling. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Tiki Thomas. And again, this is a BTS image, a BTS tech image. Sean, this is tricky for me because of I know your work, I know the way that you shoot, I know what your site looks like, I know what your aesthetic looks like. For me, I feel it as a tech image, but it doesn't feel like it matches your aesthetic. It feels like, I don't know, it feels a little bit separate. I'm not seeing enough of the car behind. I'm seeing too much of the tech and not enough of you using the tech. Not enough of like a little bit of a wider frame. Yeah, I'm not sure on this one. Let's look at this as a cover. I'm not sure on this one, man. The way that you're coming in here, the way that this is cropped, how short this arm is, how tight you are to this car, how little of the car we see. I'm not sure this hit, again, this hits as this image, but it being related to you as a BTS, to me, that's even disconnected because I don't see you. I just see arms, and the way that these arms are coming in, it's very abrupt and proportionately odd. The way that these clicks come, it just doesn't, the distance between here and the elbow, how short this is, for me, the way that the camera is coming in, it throws me. Let's hide this. Let's look at what it looks like as an 8x10. Now you can see if this now becomes an 8x10, well, now look how it even now crops even tighter and kind of weird, where we really are not seeing enough of the car to know that this rim is not enough to know what kind and how sick and how expensive this car is. It's not enough. So you can see once we crop even more, it really kind of jumps the shark. There's an angle thing here, Sean. I don't know. I just don't, I see it for its purpose as a BTS, but I wouldn't put this on my Instagram because your work is too good. And we all know what, you can go to, let's go to Sean Thomas's site so I can just actually show you Auto Lux imagery. So if you see Sean's work, I got to tell you, Sean, let's look at this, right? Let's put this here. And if you look at your work and just the way that you give your work space, you give the cars space, and when you need to crop in and do your details, they're done very deliberately. And I feel like if you look at this and then look at that, this photographer is at such a way higher level than whoever this guy is. This guy is a hack who's just shooting video. This guy is the alchemist. This is the alchemist making photographs, okay? This is the alchemist making photographs, but this guy is not the alchemist making this behind the scenes of you. This is not the alchemist. It does not feel like it's at the same level of what this work is, which means, therefore, I wouldn't want to associate them. I wouldn't want to associate this frame with this work because this work is too elite. It's just simple. So that's my opinion, Sean. I don't think that this is I need this context out here where someone's doing BTS of you shooting this type of stuff, because show me a BTS of you shooting that, where I see this frame and then I see you walking through this frame with your camera shooting. Like, that's what I need. For me, it's not good enough. And you're too good, Sean. Sorry. It's not good enough. And again, I have to call it as I see it. You know, I don't hold back any punches. It's not good enough. And then our last photo. This is Ammon Thompson. Ammon says, brothers are so industrial. Is that what it says? So wonderful. Brothers are so wonderful. Here is my brother, my older brother, Egan, with his Pixel Tech. He is currently working for a tech startup in LA. So this is Ammon photographing his brother. This makes me very happy. Shot with a Fujifilm X-T5 75mm f1.2, shot at 45mm, ISO 250 or ISO 125. Shot at 1/25 of a second, f8. Shot with 2 strobes and one negative fill. This is Ammon Thompson photography. Ammon, yes, this is pretty killer, bro. And again, the tech aspect of it in this, if it's just the watch, the way that he's holding the watch or the way that he's holding his arms might not quite be it. Maybe for me, it has to be this is kind of the vibe where he's like, maybe his wrist is up, or you're about to photograph him and he's checking the time as you're kind of in that photograph with him. But Ammon, it's so close, my guy. It's so close. And the focus is so tight. Like it's so close. Really great expression. The light placement on this is absolutely killer. What he's wearing is killer. Like, what he's wearing works. Obviously, you can see there's a little like shirt like back you can fix as far as like this. But I think I'm missing here as far as it being a tech photo. He's leaning a little bit that way. You can see there's a little bit of centering happening between where his shoulder is here and where his bottom is here. Let's look at this as a cover. But again, still it hits. It still hits. It still hits. It still hits. I just want that we're missing the tech aspect of it. I feel like I need to see just a little bit more watch, perhaps. I don't even mind him being like sort of squared off a little bit that way. Like, I don't mind that, as you can see, he's leaning. But yeah, Ammon, this is really close. Like really close. Let's look at this as an 8x10 and you can see, okay, now here's your secret. I'm going to unlock you here. The vibe is with this is that you weren't supposed to show so much fore table. Okay. You weren't supposed to show so much fore table. And if you are going to show fore table, then this is where your tech is. Like, put tech down here. If that's what you're going to do, put tech down here. But I don't think that you were supposed to show so much fore table, and I'm going to show you why. Because when I show you this and then push this floor table up to the point where I crop that floor out altogether, tell me that's not your photo, Ammon. Look at that. Tell me that's not your photo. So you see actually the front tech, the front floor, like, we actually didn't need that at all. Like, we actually didn't need that at all. Like, essentially, it was just supposed to be something for him to lean onto, for you to use 2 hands. Like, so he's leaning like this. And then the watch is right here. So the watch becomes like right in it, and he's like this. And now, or he's like this with one side, and then the tech is so like close to his face. Like, this is the photo, because trying to include the base, like, for me, that was like, that's not it. Like, even recropping this without the base, you can see, oh my God, it looks so much better without being able to see. Let's just hide that. It looks so much better without being able to see the floor, right? Like, look at this. It looks so much better. Look at that, Emmond. Yes or yes? right? Now that table, which is a color, is now no longer pulling you. It's no longer pulling you out of this moment, because you have a moment that's happening up here, but this is pulling you out of it. So you saw the difference now of what it looks like when you crop in. Like, this is your unlock. Like, now that's the photo, and you can see, obviously, crop it how you will, but part of being an editorial shooter, is being able to see this as it's happening, being able to see this as it's happening, and being like, oh no, I'm not including that, I'm punching in here, like that, because then you show your client, like as is, and it's not waiting till you're back at your desk and then you're like, let me try this, like, the photo is determined in like, as you're making it, the photo is determined, and you shoot through the photo. You use this table well, but this is an example where you shouldn't have used it. There's other times where you should. This one, and again, working with tables, I want you to look at Bryce Duffy. Bryce Duffy went to photography school with me. Look, I want you to look at Platon. I want you to look at Richard Avedon. Like, I want you to look at Irving Penn. When it comes to using tables, there is a very specific way to shoot against the table. And I want you to just see what the masters are doing. Seeing what contemporary photographers who use, like, tables in their, like, it's part of their aesthetic. With Bryce Duffy, with Platon, it's part of their aesthetic. So you have to choose, like, am I going to make this part of my aesthetic, or am I not? For me, I don't use tables as part of my aesthetic. I don't shoot people to tables. I do, like, because Bryce does, you know what I mean? And other people do. So I do it a different way. You know what I mean? So I want you to also be thinking about that. Guys, we made it to the end. Ammon Thompson, thank you. A great submission. And again, I'm giving you love because you really are putting a lot of effort into here. I really want you to watch your crop here. Watch your, like, make sure you're center.com. And yeah, like, the light here though, guy, you're murdering this light, my guy, murdering. I want you to consider a negative fill back here. Fill, but negative fill, not flash, but reflector, silver side, but pushed back here. So essentially it's back here, bouncing this and just giving that little bit of subtle, like this on the back, like negative fill, like real negative fill, obviously out of frame up here. That's the next thing, is you just need just a little bit of that separation back here and a little bit of that extra fill. Because look at here, you see how we're losing that head, we're losing that. That's because you're missing negative fill back here. Once you put in negative fill, then that up here becomes a highlight, and it's so subtle and adds a level of polish to your work that just, and people are like, dude, your lighting, oh my God, it's so fucking crazy. And it's just because you know how to drop a reflector behind your subject, like back here. Tricks. Look at my work. You'll see it. You see all these tricks in my work, my guy. You see the tricks. All right, guys, we have made it to the end of this episode. So I need to, first of all, give you some love and also tell you what's coming up. I know I'm stumbling through those words. Through some of those words. It's hard because I'm still learning how to read. But all photos are reviewed. Let's talk about next steps. Next steps. Let's tell you what's happening, first of all, in first photos of the week. But I'm going to get into next week and tell you what we're looking at next week, and then the week after next week, which is week 43. So let's talk first about photos of the week. Calligraphy, please go easy in chat. You're derailing me. Do not make notes to me in chat right now, okay? Let's talk about photos of the week. So I'm going to look at photos of the week. I'm going to ask you to perhaps have a look at this, and I'll come back with photos of the week.
Being on camera or speaking in front of people makes you nervous, this challenge is for you. It's called the 30-Day On-Camera Challenge, and I designed it to help you show up with confidence, whether you're recording a video, giving a presentation, or leading a meeting in real life. Every day via email, you're going to get a clear, simple prompt that helps you get more comfortable speaking out loud while building real communication skills that you can use anywhere. Now, I promise you, this isn't just for YouTubers or content creators. It's for anyone that wants to show up more clearly, communicate with confidence, and leave a lasting impression in person or on camera. If you're ready to feel more in control, express yourself with confidence, and learn how to present in a way that feels true to you, start your 30-day on-camera challenge today. All you need to do is go to thecartymethod.com/tools and pick up my 30-day on-camera challenge. Let's get to work.
All right, let's go. Photos of the week, starting with your man, the myth, the legend, Courtney Turner. Photo of the week, baby. Let's go. Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. That's a photo of the week. What a great way to start off today's episode. Thank you for killing it. Thank you for caring. Thank you for continually pushing yourself to make high quality, niche specific, commercially viable work. Thank you, Courtney. That is Courtney Turner. He is photo of the week number 1. Photo of the week number 2 goes to the mighty, the talented William Sedgwick. Let's get it on, Sedgwick. This is unequivocally a photo of the week, unequivocally deserves everything that he's getting on this photo. This is a yes. This is a yes, Sedgwick. This is a yes, and absolutely a photo of the week. Congratulations. That is Sedgwick William. Photo of the week. This photographer, ladies and gentlemen, Denise Tuggle. Photo of the week, Denise. Yes, Denise, yes. Yes. I broke your balls on cropping, but you're learning, and you are getting so good, Denise. Oh my God. So proud of you. Denise Tuggle, photo of the week. Well done, Denise. Next photo of the week. This shooter gave me such joy. I'm so happy that this guy's a part of it. This guy did the Carty method on his own. Frank's older than me. Frank's in his early 60s. Frank, again, one of the best. Frank's workbook, going through the Carty method on his own, and Denise Tuggle are the 2 gold standards, the best workbooks we've ever seen. And again, Frank Tom, ladies and gentlemen, that is your gold. That is your photo of the week, my guy. I appreciate you. I'm so happy you're a part of this. Congratulations. That is a photo of the week and a portfolio image that is going to kill for you. I'm so excited that you have this in your book. So excited that you made that. That is Frank Tom, photo of the week. All right. Next photo of the week is, where are we at? Oh, yes, this one. This one. The one and only. The uniqueness of the photographer called Isatu. Let's go. That is a photo of the week. Congratulations. You murked. Honestly, you murked this. This is bordering on emotional. Like, this gives me life, this photo. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Wow. Yes, we have two more photos of the week. This photographer, very proud of this photographer because something unlocked here with this shooter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Delilah LaBoy. Let's get it on, Delilah. Let's get it on, girl. Very proud of you. You killed this photo. Yes, you made a couple of mistakes, but this is so next level. This is absolutely a photo of the week. I am so proud of you. You hit this out of the Pizark. And I have to give honorable mention. I know she's getting photo of the week. Straight love. Photo of the week for, there you go. Let me get that name right. Photo of the week for Miss Angela Pacino. Let's get it on. Angela, photo of the week. I had a lot to say about this photo, but you're unlocking yourself. And the idea, the tech magazine cover, again, so close. I got to give you love here. That is a photo of the week. And our last and final photo of the week from someone on my team. You know him and love him as Ammon, the mighty Ammon Thompson. Congratulations, Ammon. That's a photo of the week. So those are my photos of the week today. If you got a photo of the week today, congratulations. Best in show today. We doing best in show. Best in show. Yeah. guess we're kind of doing best in show. I got 2. 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your best in show. William Sedgwick. Congratulations, William. Best in show. Unfreaking believable. Very proud of you. Sedgwick, William. Number 2, best in show. Frank Tom. Congratulations, Frank. Where's my applause? Congratulations, Frank. That's best in show, unequivocally. Like, yes. Congratulations. Best in show. And our last best in show goes to the one and only Isa 2. Best in show. Let's go. Best in show. Congratulations, Isa 2. Okay, I couldn't not give you guys flowers like that. I can't not give you flowers like that because you just deserve it. Too hard, too bad, too much. All right, so let's talk about next week. Let's talk about what's going on next. Next week, I am looking at open assignments, meaning I want to see just what you're shooting. It doesn't necessarily have to be specific, but let me tell you, yeah, I can't read everything here. This is too much. This is what's happening for next assignments, okay? First, next week is open, meaning you can submit to me things that you're considering for your portfolio. I can only review 30 photographers. 30, meaning if you're not in before 30, I can't review your photo because 30 is like my capacity. So next week for week 42, I'm looking at your open assignments, which again, it's very valuable. For week 43, which the week after that, this is fashion. This is for week 43. I am looking at your fashion assignments, and I want you to deliver one campaign style vertical that could serve as an anchor for a fashion photograph or a fashion spread. The whole idea about this, fashion should feel luxury, fashion should feel aspirational, and it should feel fashion. And whether you're a fashion photographer trying to be a fashion photographer or not, understanding fashion photography, understanding how to shoot fashion is a level up. Fashion applies to product photography, to people, to places. Like, fashion applies in so many. Like, I started as a fashion photographer. That was my first love, and I expanded out from fashion like after 5 years of it. Like, this is the brief. Like, you don't understand how powerful fashion is. And if you've never shot fashion, this is the week. You have 2 weeks to get into a single vertical fashion image. I want you to deliver one vertical hero fashion image that transcends clean, bold, and unmistakable editorial style. I want you to focusing on a single subject and shot in a very smart way. Like, don't try to make this overly busy. What we're trying to do is create something that shows instant space, that's crop safe, and there's it can be a cover. Like, that's the goal. This is not just fashion. It's conceptual. It's aspirational, and it's transformational. Like, it really has all these different elements. If you're a people shooter, well, think of an example of a subject who has like amazing personal style. You know what I mean? Nick, this part here, all of this, it's too much for this. It's too much for me to read during this. And I know that you pre-read it to me and gave me a really good overview of it. But what I'm going to say this is a fashion photograph. It is vertical. It is aspirational. It could be a cover. It could carry a campaign. It is the whole point of this is to learn how to make a show-stopping fashion photo. To get into the details here, go to the community. All of this will be listed in community. You can read it, you can dive, you can find the influences, you can find my team puts inspirational references, but like, let's look at this. 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs, 6 paragraphs. I can't. It needs to be like, give me 3 lines, and then people who are part of Portfolio Lab get access to community and they can read the full brief and do it. Okay. So guys, that is the end of today's show. I hope I did okay. I hope I served you well. I hope I lifted you up and inspired. And I hope that I've motivated you to join Portfolio Lab. I hope that I've motivated you to maybe become a member of this channel, because what I'm doing here with professional photography education is not happening anywhere else on YouTube, because no one else has the experience that I have. No one else has the 3.5 decades of fashion, editorial, magazine. I've been published in Vogue. Peter McKinnon hasn't shot for Vogue. So why the fuck does he have 5 million subscribers and I have, because I started after him, and because Peter McKinnon makes great videos, he grabs attention and he keeps brands happy. So that's why. But we're doing 2 different things here. I'm educating, he's broadcasting. He's a trumpet for brands, which is amazing. He helps brands make money. For me, I help you learn how to make your own money so you can build your own photography career, so you could actually do what I'm doing. I'm not trying to trumpet to you. I'm just trying to show you how, by using the Carty method, you can go from that 9-to-5 job that you're working at currently that you hate to the life that I have of a full-time professional photographer. That is my only goal. That's all we obsess over here at the Carty method. Expect some new creators that you're going to see dropping content on the Carty Method channel. Expect more videos. Expect more edited videos. Nick Johnson, one of my aces on my cartel. Expect Nick to start making content for the channel. Ammon Thompson as well. One of my aces. Killer. Ammon. Tech reviews, product reviews, talking about why you need this and that. And Joseph Baldwin, who is a skateboarder. He's a lifestyle skate portrait photographer. Expect content from these 3 people as well as me on this channel. We're building out my own version of what Think Media is doing on YouTube with Sean Cannell and then the people who he has creating for him. That's what I'm building out. Steve Carty with the Carty Method, and the people who are part of the Carty Method, we're benefiting from it and also building out content different than me, from a different approach, but it's going to benefit you. I hope today brought you value. And if you like this content, share it. Tell a friend. Thank you so much for being here.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.
I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for getting to the end of this show. I hope you guys notice I'm unlocked. I'm a totally different person.